Finishing off, I hope that's brought to your attention some of the key elements that are affecting us in this new world post-COVID. And indeed, it's going to be an incredible ride as to where we go from here. But some of the key things that we need to consider is obviously get your vaccine. I cannot stress the importance. Everybody else is jumping on. The world is moving towards 80+%, but we should be going to 90s and 100s. If we get to 90s and 100s, hopefully we can eradicate this. But if we don't, then we're going to be all getting booster shots every year, and this is going to be going on in perpetuity. The sooner we all recognize that it's a necessary evil and jump on board, the better we are. If you don't get that vaccination, you don't need me to tell you, it's in every place you look. You're not going to get into restaurants. You're not going to get onto airplanes. You're not going to be able to cross into this. You might not be able to go to events. There's so many things that are going to not be available to you if you're unvaccinated. So go get one. The community is important. Just think of them first. You'll come second. If the community is strong, everybody's strong. So please, I urge you to go get it. I'm hopeful that very soon we won't even be talking about numbers. It's crazy that we report how many cases a day on the news every day, that we're obsessed with the numbers. We shouldn't be worried about that, especially in Australia. We're getting less than 2,000 cases a day. We've got a 25 million population. Yes, it's important. Yes, it's urgent. Yes, we need to monitor it. But sometime in the near future, it shouldn't even be in the news. It's going to just be another disease that we're dealing with, just like everything else. We used to report, how many car accidents. That's not on the news anymore because COVID's taken that scorecard. We need to get back to how it is and learn to live with this as soon as possible. The stock market, particularly in the US, etc., is at crazy high levels. Don't be afraid to take some profits from time to time, especially if they're far more than you imagined. You don't have to sell everything, sell some. Take your profit out, sit it to the side, see what happens. I'm worried that there is potential for correction, but there certainly doesn't seem any signs of the need or likelihood of that at this stage. But just monitor things, because if it seems too good to be true, it may well be. And if you think about it, if we are now at the point where it's as bad as it ever can be, we've had a global pandemic, we've lost 4.7 million people. We've had economies shut down, we've had travel restricted. How much worse could things ever be than how it's been for the last 12 to 18 months? And yet here we are, still mainly employed, still mainly living in our houses, still mainly living lives as normal as can be with restriction. Yes, there's a lot of people struggling. Yes, there's a lot of government support. Yes, it's not as good as it wants to be. But when you consider what we've been through, what decisions had to be made, rightly or wrongly, and this is where we're at, maybe that's not as bad at all. It's incredible that we've still got the economic capacity and lifestyle capacity for the great majority of the world that it has at this moment. The seriousness of the COVID-19 pandemic and the decisions that have made around it can never be underestimated. But somehow we've come out of here with the stock market at a record level, surprisingly, with jobs primarily intact, with economies already back at pre-GDP COVID levels. That's an incredible result. We cannot ever have foreseen that to have been the case so soon after the original COVID. And as a result, looking at to get to us to this point, if this is as bad as it gets, then the real payoff for all the sacrifice, all the spend, all the worry, all the pain, all the suffering, all the deaths, that's not very far away. Whether it's a financial reward, an emotional reward, a travel reward, that dividend is coming very soon because the worst is likely behind us. I certainly hope it is. And if we've been able to get through with only the scratches that we've got on this level, then we've got a really good chance to move forward in the future in fantastic shape. We're now finding what that new normal looks like. Things are opening up, your travel is getting back on, restrictions are easing, passports, COVID passports are being introduced. The vaccination being key. We're going to see what life's going to come out. In the next 6 months is going to have a lot of challenges as people work out what new normal is and will they conform. The fact of the matter is, you have no choice. Society has changed. The world has changed. Have you changed? We have a new opportunity to restart, to rekindle. Let's make it the best we can, and let's somehow make the most of all that we've been through for the last little while. On that note, I'm finished, and I'm welcoming you to the new world, however it is in your way. Good luck with it. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you again next year. Thank you.